everyone, how was your week? How is your day? LOS everyone here coming at you with a Lunalight deck profile. So, yeah, I know that I was gone in Thursdays as well, and Squishy Prime didn't update a video. We need to talk about this with him if he want to and when he have the time. But unfortunately, we had a thing, so yeah, we couldn't just upload a video, unfortunately. But we'll see how we'll do that for this week. Hopefully, we'll have a video for that as well. If you all asking, my friend at the hospital went surgery, and he's not the greatest in the world, but he's a little bit better, and he still need to be in like for a very long time in the hospital, but he's a little bit better, and his life state is not threatening anymore. So that's a really nice thing. And thanks for all of you who in the comments down below just supported me and just asked for his for well-being. It's just really nice from you guys. So yeah, that is pretty much it for that. But for the Lunalight deck profile, I kind of changed it up a little bit from the last time that was deleted, and I'm not running the Predator Plant engine anymore. I'm kind of like trying to focus on the OTK build, but for my play style. So it's a little bit going to be weird, but I'm going to explain my card choices as much as possible. And what I really like about this deck is like you have a lot of capabilities of cards that you can add. They're the core cards, but cards that you can add. As well as I'm still missing Perfume, unfortunately, because on the last order that I did, I kind of forgot to order Perfume. So unfortunately, I still don't have that, but without further ado, let's get started. So to start things off with the Lunalight monsters, you want to run triple copies of Lunalight Black Sheep and triple copies of Colloidal Chick. The two most important Lunalight monsters, just not even a question. This one, search for you polymerization and just recycle a monster from the graveyard. And this one just is the fusion target. It's also have another nice effect in the graveyard when you can banish it. And you also have the effect of like recycling a polymerization when you fusion summon with it once per turn, of course. So that's really cool, and I like this a lot. This is the best ratio. No Lunalight player will say you need to run less than 3 of each of these. And yeah, they're pretty much the heart and soul of the deck and the two best monsters. Next up, because I'm playing pure, like completely pure, maybe except for one hand trap, which we'll get to that, I'm playing 3 copies of Lunalight Blue Cat, just because Blue Cat is actually pretty good. It's giving you the capabilities of, just giving you the ability to just, sit on for first turn. It's actually giving me also kind of ideas of other deck profile. I might actually going to do another version of Lunalight, which you're probably not going to believe that is even possible, but we'll get to that when we'll get to that. But anyway, Lunalight Blue Cat is really nice because it's double your monster attack. It's giving you the ability to just, if it's getting popped, it's float, which is really nice, and you mostly don't do it yourself, but it's still a nice option to just have to sit on first turn if you're getting stuck, and just in general, it's another name. And then I'm also running 3 copies of Lunalight Tiger. My opinion, I'm not sure if it's, I really think it's the third best one after the Colloidal Chick and the Tiger, and not the Tiger, and the Black Sheep. Because this one is pretty much Monster Reborn. Just simple as that. Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn when it's getting popped, and Monster Reborn when it's in the scale. So this card is really good. I like this card at 3 a lot. It's pretty much the third best Lunalight monster in the deck. And then you're also running for the one-offs, 1 Lunalight Wolf, 1 Lunalight Crimson Fox, 1 Lunalight White Rabbit, and 1 Lunalight Purple Butterfly. I'm running 1 of each because I only need 1 of each in my opinion. First of all, let's get down to the more important one, which is Lunalight Wolf. The reason why I'm running it at 1 is because I don't really need to resolve her effect more than once, and she's searchable, and she's most of the time like, either for second turn or third turn, and I only need her if I need her. Most of the time she's not really useful. Her monster effect is not that good, but her scale is really nice for being a miracle fusion. But overall, you don't really need more than 1 of her. Lunalight Crimson Fox is also pretty nice, but again, she's just really nice to just help you OTK, but she's not really important as well. She's just a name. When she sent by the card effect to the graveyard, she's making to target our opponent monster and make its attack 0, which is pretty nice. Also, she can prevent like once your monsters from being targeted. to like banish it, and just you both get you and your opponent get 1,000 life points, which I'm kind of like don't understand it, but okay, sure. Then you have White Rabbit, which is pretty much you normal summon it, and you get a Lunalight monster from your graveyard, and you can bounce cards from your up to the number of Lunalight monster you control. So that's really cool. You can bounce other Lunalights except this. So you can bounce at the very minimum 1 card, and then the bare maximum, I believe, like 4 cards or 5 cards, but that's never happens. Most of the time you're going to bounce 1 like Spell and Trap, but you only need 1 of these, because most of the time your Lunalight monsters, you don't care that being in the graveyard most of the time. So I found myself like, 1 White Rabbit is nice, but I'm not 100% sure how much I like it at more than 1. Then you have Purple Butterfly, which is, again, a card that I'm not 100% sure if I want more than 1, because it has the effect of like giving you 1,000 attack for the Lunalight monster, which can help you get over big things, as well just banish it from the graveyard to special summon the Lunalight monster from your hand. So that's really cool, but again, it's just an extender. I don't really think you need more than 1 of these cards. It's a cool card, but like I said, it's just an extender. So in my opinion, all of those Lunalight monsters are really cool, but you don't really need more than that, and that's pretty much does it for the Lunalight monsters. 16 monsters. Now we'll move on to the hand trap, the ones that I'm thinking is the best in this deck, and that is 3 copies of Gamma and 1 copy of Psyframe Driver. The reason why I think this card is so good, because you have Lunalight Black Sheep, which is a searching, but it doesn't give you the ability to just, having a monster on the board. You have Tenki, which is a card that searches, but not giving you a monster on the board. So you have a lot of searching cards, or some cards that let you search and do some capabilities of things by having nothing on the board already for monsters, and you want to go off for the OTK. And because of that, Gamma is really good, because you can negate, for example, your opponent Ash, and then bring an Omega, banish the Omega, take a card from your opponent's hand, and let's just say you have a Ghost over right now. You summon another Gamma if you have it in your opening hand, and then use those 2 cards to just pretty much link or whatever, and just give you a little bit more capabilities. In my opinion, Gamma is an amazing card in this deck, like really amazing card, and you want to run 3 and 1 in my opinion. Next up, that's it for the monsters. Now we'll move on for the spells. So first off, you want to run 2 copies of Polymerization and 1 copy of Fusion Substitute. Never even a question. This is pretty much your lineup of fusion spells that you want to run. Then you want to run 3 copies of Perfume. Like I said, I'm proxying it, so unfortunately I don't have it. But Perfume is also really important, so you want to run 3 of it. 3 copies of Tenki, because Tenki is amazing. It's just searching everything except from Lunalight. Wolf, I believe that's her name. Yeah, the level 6 one, Wolf. I don't know how I forgot it so fast, but whatever. There's a lot of name of cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! But anyway, 3 Tenki, because it's searching everything. And then 2 Allure of Darkness, as well as 2 Pot of Desires. Now, about Desires, I'm not 100% sure about it, because it has the capabilities to banish, for example, my Driver, or all my Gammas or my hand traps, but I don't really care about that. I want Desires to help me to get the +1 and give me the capabilities to go for OTK. So I found myself like 2 Desires is not a bad card. I just not 100% sure how much I like it in this deck particularly. Worst case scenario, I would recommend to cut it down to like another Lure of Darkness and probably something like an Upstart Goblin, or just an additional spell and traps that just give you either more draw or more just getting you where you need to be. So it's totally up to you. I just think like in this deck particularly, Desires is actually pretty good. Next up, 2 Twin Twisters to get rid of annoying back row. I'm not 100% sure in this meta if there's a lot of problematic of back row, but when we get to Flame of Destruction, it's probably going to be a little more relevant, so I felt to myself like, why not running 2 of it, and you don't mind sending cards to your graveyard. 1 Raigeki to pop your opponent's field. 1 Monster Reborn because it's freaking Monster Reborn. 1 Foolish Burial because Foolish Burial just you can send any Lunalight monster you want to the graveyard immediately and just get its effect off. For example, you want to get your effect of a Lunalight Collider Chick. You want it immediately. You can get that. You want Crimson Fox. You can get that. You want the effect of Lunalight Butterfly, Purple Butterfly. You can get that. You can get a lot of effects, and I recommend to run 1 Foolish Burial because it's really good. And then the last card I'm running only 2 Mind Control because I didn't find a place for the third one, and I felt like the third one is pretty cloggy. But Mind Control is really nice to take your opponent Link monster to just use it for your own Link monsters, or just in general have more Link arrows. And it's just a cool card and help a lot for OTK. So I found myself like running 2 Mind Control is actually pretty good. So that's pretty much does it for the spells and does it for the main deck. Now we'll move on for the extra deck. So for the extra deck itself, first of all, you want to run double copies of Lunalight Cat Dancer. Double copies, unfortunately I'm proxying one, but double copies of Lunalight Panther Dancer, and 1 copy of Leo Dancer. Now, 2 and 2 of these make sense. A lot of people will say it's the correct ratio, but you might ask yourself why only 1 copy of Lunalight Leo Dancer. Well, I found myself like I don't really need more than 1. It's felt like a little bit more too cloggy. Not cloggy, in the extra deck it's not cloggy, but like not useful. It doesn't give me so much capabilities, and it's an OTK deck that I'm only going to Lunalight Leo Dancer once, and sometimes I even prefer Panther Dancer over Leo Dancer. So I found myself like Leo Dancer is a cool card for finishing, but you don't really need more than 1. If you want to get another one, I would recommend to cut Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, or another card that we'll talk about in the next of the extra deck, the next part of the extra deck. Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, again, it's a cool card, but you don't really get a lot of monsters onto the board. So I'm not 100% sure if you don't want to cut this card. Like, it's just a cool card for getting 2 dark monsters, but I'm not sure how much good it is. So I might recommend to cut this for Leo Dancer if you prefer. And then 1 copy of Omega, because freaking Omega, and it's just working really well with your Psyframe Gamma, which is really cool. 1 copy of Castel, because it's freaking Castel. 1 copy of Baguska. 1 copy of Utopia and Utopia the Lightning. Now, in this lineup of Xyz monsters, you can cut one of them in order to just, make more room for Leo Dancer if you want a second one, because I would recommend to cut maybe Castel, or just cut the entire Utopia package if you don't have it and just put something else, because you don't have a lot of level 4s, but you do want to use level 4s because level 4s are the best level in the game, so you have the 3 best rank 4 monsters, which, one of them is a package. So yeah, you want to run this pack and this lineup of rank 4 monsters, I believe, and that's all you need for the Xyz. For the links, 1 Link Spider for Ciphering Driver if you need it. 1 copy of Underclock Taker because it's just a really good finisher. 1 copy of Proxy Dragon if you need it, and then 1 copy of Akashic Magician if you need it. So that pretty much does it for the extra deck, and that does it for this deck profile. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and just leave in the comments down below what you think about this deck profile and what would you change in order to make it better. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So like I said, hope you enjoyed. And remember, creativity is the key in this game. It really is, and a lot of people just notice that a lot, at least from my friends. And yeah, just leave it for your imagination, and you might actually find a really cool recipe. Not a meta recipe, but a really cool recipes that you enjoy. So, hope you guys have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, bye bye guys, and stay safe.